Yo, Ivan, what's the word, bro?
Sonny, we're gonna get that fucking money, bro.
You already know.
All right, this is my jump rope comparison. So this is not sponsored by any group, any business. This is just a personal business, I guess a user review of jump ropes. Because when I went online, I found it really difficult to find a lot of accurate information on what the best jump rope is when I was searching. So I ended up basically buying a lot of the jump ropes that are out there that are popular so we could try them out for ourselves. These are basically the same, but I'll just use this one. So this is what I grew up on. As you can see, it's got the ball bearings, so it spins here. It's an old school leather jump rope like my dad used to use. And actually my dad bought me one of these when I was young, so I grew up using this. Now, I'll tell you the upsides. I think this is a really great way to learn, and for most of my jump roping, this is all I use. But the downsides are with the leather, it is gonna lag a little bit in speed as compared to some of the jump ropes I'm gonna show you. And also, as you can see right here, the leather, excuse me, does wear down, and these will break eventually. So I replaced, I don't know, I've had about 10 in my life probably, because they'll break eventually. So that's kind of the upsides and downsides of this. So I'm gonna show you how this works real quick. All right, old school leather jump rope. Oh, yeah, so you really have to use a lot of your wrist strength with this jump rope because it's not going to go as fast as the other jump rope. So you really got to use a lot of torque. And then with the straight handle, I'm going to show you some things soon about why that isn't necessarily the best thing. Okay. Yeah, so anyways, I used to swear by these leather jump ropes. That was all I used most of my life. But now I'll show you why a couple of these technology, and nowadays you'll see these more modern style jump ropes, and it actually does have some pluses to them now that I've used them, I'll describe. So this jump rope is the Harbinger, and there's a Harbinger from Dick's. I don't know which one it is, but if you go to Dick's Sporting Goods, it's about $20. And now this jump rope is actually, surprisingly, this is a very good jump rope. It's not a speed rope by any sense of the word, but for, especially I would say for early or intermediate, has a nice weight to it, and me and all my friends that use it agree it's a nice jump rope. And again, as you'll notice, the handles, instead of being straight out like this, they're at a curve, which really does help because it uses less wrist torque and also allows you to go faster using less effort with a heavier rope. So the one downside of this is the tightening, it's the length changing device on here is this little plastic piece that's actually really cheap, and it always falls off. Luckily, I use my jump ropes at full length, so it really doesn't matter to me personally. But if I were to try to shorten this, I would have a problem with that. So that's one downside of this jump rope. Come on, fool, let's get this money. Come on, fool, let's get this money. Come on, fool, let's get this. Come on, fool, let's get this money. Come on, fool, let's get this money. All right, so this is the Elite SRS boxing jump rope, is what it's called, and it's only about $15. So this, you'll see, is a PVC cord or PVP cord, I think. You know, it's a straight plastic cord. It doesn't have any metal in it. So basically, this is going to have more motion. It's not as stiff. So one thing you have to realize is that a more expensive jump rope is not always a better jump rope, because you could take maybe someone might find a $5 jump rope and be able to do crazy tricks on it, and you don't understand why. And it's because it's just a personal thing with the jump rope. So when you have this more motion with a boxing style jump rope, what'll happen is it won't go as fast, but for tricks, for crosses, for side to side, things like that, you have a real nice flowing motion. So you really, couldn't get it. But it's got a real nice motion side to side, and it's not as stiff. So you'll find an Everlast boxing jump rope that's yellow and black. Feels very similar to these. So again, it's a cheaper jump rope, boxing style jump rope, but some people might prefer this style jump rope. All right, so now we're going on to these last three are what are considered speed ropes. So, and also, I guess, fancy ropes or more expensive ropes. So this is gonna start with the Elite SRS jump rope. Both me and my buddy have owned these. And as you can tell, it's got a great bearing in there. I think it's like 4 ball bearings. It'll spin forever, super fast. So these, with the thicker metal cord that really hurts if it hits you, by the way, are really best if you're like into double unders like the way the CrossFitters do, and you're really not going for all the tricks, but you really.
Sonny, we're gonna get that fucking money, bro.
So you see the speed on these is way faster than any of the ones that I did, and it takes way less effort with the wrist, so to really get your speed up. But a couple of quick drawbacks. Well, this has these cool little tightening devices, so it unscrews and you can change the length, which is hypothetically really cool. However, with mine, one of these handles actually fell out and it won't screw back in, and also the lengthening part also broke. So I'm not trying to knock this rope, but in my experience, these gadgets that are supposed to be extra cool didn't really end up serving me, because they actually made the jump rope have more problems in the long run. And the one other thing, you have these itty bitty handles. Now again, a personal thing. You might love itty bitty handles, or you might not. You might like a little bit bigger handle. So that's the Elite SRS 3.0 Surge jump rope. This is the Elite Surge 3.0 SRS jump rope that Ivan's showing us. Hit across. Yeah. It's a good jump rope. Now this is the Bullet SRS jump rope, and this is about, how much was it? 55, 65?
About 55 bucks.
55, I think with the engraving it was 65, right? Where you get your name engraved on it. So this is what they claim to be the world's fastest speed jump. Oh, this is the one that really spins. Remember, we spun this and it doesn't stop. Like this one to keep going. Now, this is very similar to the Elite SRS. It's the same brand, but it's the Bullet. Ivan, what do you think? What's the difference between this and the Elite SRS?
This one is definitely faster.
It's faster?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it feels a little better. It's the handle, I think, is a little bigger, and it just feels a little bit better. Overall, it's very similar to the Elite SRS Surge, but it doesn't have those tightening devices that can fall out and break. So in that way, it's better. Let me hit a couple double unders. Bullet SRS jump rope, Josh Bridges jump rope, and this is from the Rogue website, and this is another speed rope. It's about $50 or $60, and it's a pretty impressive speed rope. I'm really happy with this. Currently what I'm using. So you'll see it's got a pretty good spin. It's not quite as fast as the Bullet that we just showed you. We've been going back and forth to see what we like better, but you'll see how much bigger these handles are. I can actually pull up the Bullet just to show you. So the Bullet, you got a handle this size. The Rogue, you got a handle this size. And this is the SR2 Rogue, by the way. Now, this, you also have another pivoting device, this ball on the end. So it gives it a lot more angularity. So not only does it move around, but it also moves up and down. So that can be a plus and a negative. What that does is it's a lot better for doing tricks like this, where you're going side to side, because it doesn't get caught at all. So if you like to do these tricks, it's a lot better. Crossovers, it's a lot better, and it's pretty heavy. For double unders, I'm not sure if it's easier or harder, but it's a good double under one. Here we go. Let's get this money. Come on, fool, let's get this money. Come on, fool, let's get this money. Come on, fool, let's get this money. Come on, but you know, again, it's a personal preference. So this is what I'm using right now. I really love the way it looks. It's actually my favorite looking jump rope. But it's all gonna boil down to personal preference and what you're using it for. But I hope that this video helped. I'm gonna demonstrate a little bit more jump roping on this real fast for you.
Yo, Ivan, what's the word, bro?
Sonny, we're gonna get that fucking money, bro.
You already know.
Come on, fool, let's get this money. 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 Come on, bitch, and just get